Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is LB. Edmonton after midnight. Welcome back. Whether you're watching this on the new YouTube channel or you've been listening for the past 4 years, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe. Very helpful. Make me feel good. Nonetheless, today's episode is about my everyday carry for 2025. Now, all the 4 years of my podcasting and on my previous channel on YouTube, I never did an everyday carry video or never talked about it on the podcast. So why not now for 2025? So we get right into it. In this episode, I'm going to elaborate on each item, like just talk about it, why I have it, etc. So first, I'm going to start off with my Apple iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, I got it. Apple, the 16 Pro Max is about, 8 months old at this point. I got mine day one. I think it came out September, October of 2024, right? Something like that, yeah. So I got mine day one. This is actually the third 16 Pro Max that I have, and I'll explain to everyone listening why. I originally got the Desert Titanium on launch. I like the color, but quite frankly, I still had my 1 terabyte 15 Pro Max, and I wasn't kind of feeling 16 Pro Max, so I returned it. Then, a month later, I ended up selling my 15 Pro Max for a deal that I couldn't refuse. And then I ended up getting a Desert Titanium again. Once again, but this time it wasn't about the phone. It was more about, there were carrier issues that I was having. So I returned it. But I needed a phone ASAP. So maybe it was just it was a carrier issues, but also the color kind of threw me off. So what ended up happening is I ended up going to the town next to me, I think like a week or two later, and I ended up getting the Titanium 16 Pro Max, the one I've been using ever since. So, and I've been enjoying it, but then again, it's just an iPhone. I mean, it's nothing special. The funny thing is, it's like iPhones, essentially the last 4 or 5 years, kind of been the same phone. Remember, it goes by software. Now, talking about iOS 18 we're on right now, all this stuff about AI, and I think that's the same for a lot of these mobile tech companies, right? Google, Samsung, etc., right? Etc. I feel like because hardware has reached a plateau now, software is king. And with software, your mind can run wild. So they're trying to make this AI big thing. But for me, I don't really care about it. I never really use much AI features. So, but we'll see where it goes. My iPhone to me is my main device. I use it for personal and work, and that's about it. My secondary device, which I'm going to talk about now, is the Google Pixel 9, and that is for everything else. What's everything else? Buy and sell, people that I meet, businesses and whatnot, like non-crucial things. Just that's what it's for, honestly. So, now I always like to have a iOS device and Android device. I don't do Samsung. When I buy and sell, I buy all types of items, but when it's personal use, I do not use Samsung. Just not interested in it. I've always been a Google person. Way back to the Nexus days, right? Starting with Nexus 4 for me. So, quite honestly, the Google Pixel 9 is just a recent addition. At this point of listening to this podcast, which is, we're in February now, I literally got it maybe a couple weeks ago. And when it comes to devices, I always go after the Pro and XLs. But this time around, I ended up getting just the regular version, especially when it comes to the Pixel. And the reason why I did that, well, I was wanting the peony color, but also the deal was just too hard to refuse. I got 256 gigabyte Google Pixel 9 for a sweet deal. And I just had to take it. That's just what it was. I just had to take it. So I did that, and here we are, right? So let's hold on a second. I'm gonna see what's going on here with this phone. There we go. Hope I didn't miss anything there. I gotta make sure I keep watching that. I know it's gonna fall asleep on me. But nonetheless, once again, heavy AI. No surprise there, right? But I'm liking the form factor. I'm usually used to the bigger phones, the 6.7, 8, 9 inch phones, and the Pro features. But you know what? This time around, the base level got 12 gigs of RAM. Tensor 4 is running on this one, which is interesting because I actually was going to skip the whole Google 9 series this year completely and just stick with my Google 8 Pro. But like I said, because the rumor is that the Google Pixel 10 series is going to have Snapdragon, which is what a lot of people sought after when it comes to chipset. And so I was going to wait on that too, but when the deal came across, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to pick that up, and I saw my 8 Pro. That's what I did. And like I said before, the Google Pixel 9 is my secondary device that I use for everything else. So far, so good. I'm enjoying it. It actually hasn't been heating up really at all compared to the 8 Pro that I had that was heating up all the time. So that's interesting. But that's my secondary device. And that's the Google Pixel 9 in peony color. Next, I want to talk about my Apple AirPods Pro 2. Now, I've had this iteration, the Type-C iteration, for over a year. Previously, I had the AirPods Pro 2 in the Lightning, with the Lightning adapter. I use them every other day. Actually, I haven't used them in a while, but when I'm consistently working at work, because I work from home sometimes, when I'm at home, I don't use them, but when I'm on location, I use them every day. And honestly, overall, they've been great. It's just the last couple months I've been having charging issues in general. They seem like they've been draining a lot, the actual casing, and it just hasn't been charging a lot. I actually took it into the Apple Store and by the way, we're recording this in February 2025. But I took it in before the new year, and I had it diagnosed, and it came up I was okay, which is kind of weird. I actually was taking it in hoping I was going to get a new pair, but that didn't happen. Nonetheless, I enjoy them. They do what they need to do, and I have them in my pocket every time I head out to work. Next will be my Apple Watch Ultra 2. Now, I had the Apple Watch Ultra 2 when they first came out in 2023, the titanium version. But once they announced the satin black version, I think it's satin black. I don't know, it's the black version, I had to get it. So I ended up giving the titanium one to my spouse, and then I ended up buying the black one for myself. And I'm enjoying it. It's the same watch, it's just that color. There's not much to say about it. It's just that color. Everyone knows the purpose of Apple Watch, what it does, what it doesn't do. For me, I just like that it's a big watch. I don't use any features on there, but I like that I'm able to make calls because I do have data on it, and I do like that I am able to see all my messages when I'm working or out, and I can't access my phone. So that's the point of that. Next, I have a Ridge style wallet. Now it's not a Ridge wallet, but it's a Ridge style wallet. I was always curious about these wallets because I always wonder how the elastic would hold up with other cards in there. And honestly, I always thought that it would just break or something like that, and I would stay away from that for a amount of years. But then when I was looking for a new wallet, and I got this wallet, I think 2024, 2023, can't remember how long I've had it for. Definitely a year at least. It impressed me. It's not a Ridge style. It's not actually Ridge style for the company, but it's a style wallet, and it holds all the cards I have in there, and also the clip for money that I hold the back, and it's very sturdy, and I think it's carbon fiber, so that's pretty good too. But it's been holding up, so I would say carry that every day. I actually started using Apple Pay a couple weeks ago, and I'm enjoying that a lot too. That I have to pull out my card all the time, so I'm enjoying that too. Next up, what's next up? Let's see here. So I talked about the AirPods, the watch, the 2 phones. That's 4 items. I don't have much left. My Pokemon Go Plus Plus. Now, I recently gave that to a youth because, quite frankly, when it comes to Pokemon Go Plus, and for those who, especially listeners, go back a couple years ago, my channel was heavy-centric Pokemon Go Plus stuff, aside from the politics and stuff like that. But I think since 2023, I'm kind of weighing down on Pokemon Go a lot. I've been spending a lot of money on it, etc., etc. It's just the game, the things that Niantic's have been doing with the game, etc., just been kind of off-putting for me. Started with the remote raid pass nerfing. But anyways, nonetheless. When I was using it, the Plus Plus, the newer one, I got it at launch, which I think was 2024. Or was it 2023? I think it's 2024. And I used the shit out of it. The Pokemon Go Plus Plus is what the Pokemon Go Plus was supposed to be. But nonetheless, that's old news. Let's talk about what it is. And it's a great device. I wish it would have been nice if it was a lot smaller than what it is, but it's still a great device. And and it did the job that it needs to do. But because the lack of Pokemon Go play, I ended up giving it to a youth. So, will I get one again? Yeah, I definitely will get one again because I still do play the game here and there. Not, like I said, not as much as I used to. I would say I've taken like a good 40 to 50% dip in gameplay. Just is what it is. But I'm not going to delete my account. I've money invest. I've like so much. What I've been playing since even before the game was released. I was able to play it a bit early. So I have like thousands. Probably at this point, I've probably spent at least 10,000 on the game since 2016. So I'm not going to be deleting the app from my phone, but it's been sitting there. I'm actually taking this whole month of February. I've actually taken off from Pokemon Go. I'll be back on March 1st. I took the whole month of February. So February 1st. February 1st, I think I did some cleanup. But since then, I stopped playing, and I'll be back in February. March 1st and March 2nd, I'll be back playing. So we'll see how that goes. And so that's what the fifth item. How many more items do I got to talk about? Let me think here. So the 2 phones, the AirPods, the watch, Pokemon Go Plus. Let's talk about the Ray-Ban Metas. Now, there's a pickup I just got at the beginning of the year. It was something I was watching at the end of the year because I always wanted to start filming without hands-free, you know what I mean? Not having to hold a phone. And when I started looking at the Ray-Ban Metas, that was pretty interesting. But I still didn't pull a trigger. And then when the new year came, I decided to go with it. Now, there's a story behind the Ray-Ban Metas. I'll explain to everybody. What ended up happening was initially when I got my first pair, I went to the Ray-Ban store and actually picked them up. I wasn't. It was just a clear lens because I just wanted the glasses look. And I've never been a sunglasses person, so I just wanted the glasses look. So I had a 30-day return. So I tried them out, and about 2 weeks, I used them for about 2 weeks, and I really liked them. I liked them a lot. I did, but my mind was always to like take them back and maybe get it through insurance, prescription glasses. So I took them back, and then I went to optometrist, and then I found out that they're telling me it's going to take like a month. They used to carry them in the past, but now it's order only, and it's going to take like a month and a half to 2 months to get them in, and then, of course, with prescription, etc., it might take longer. And I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to wait 2 months, and then, yeah, insurance will cover a portion of it, but then if the amount that I have to pay out is still equivalent to just buying them in the store, then what's the point? So then I ended up ordering them for pickup at another location, not a Ray-Ban location, but like a Sunglasses Hut location. Now, the way the story gets ridiculous is I did an in-store pickup because I was leaving somewhere for a couple of days and I wanted to take the glasses with me so I could live stream and etc. So I looked for in-store pickup. That morning I looked and the store had them in stock. That's what online said. So I ordered it in. A couple hours later, I'm in my bath and I get a call and the rep is telling me that they don't have any in stock. And I'm fucking furious because I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Y'all, you need to fix your internet nonsense. He's like, oh, we don't control it. I said, I don't care if you don't control it. Y'all need to fix it because it's ridiculous. You can't have people thinking that the item's in stock in your store and then you call them later, tell them it's not. So anyways, end up getting transferred to customer service, talked to a rep, and I said I want to cancel my order because I wanted them for where I was going. And, if I'm going to get them when I come back, it's pointless. So he's like, okay, he called the warehouse. So this is where it got weird. He's like, he called the warehouse, and then I was on hold for like 45 minutes, legitimately. He comes back on, and he says, oh, sorry, sir, we can't cancel your order because it was just shipped out. I said, shipped out? What the fuck are you talking about shipped out? I said, I wanted it for pickup. I never asked for anything to be shipped out. If I knew that y'all didn't have this in stock in the first place, which your online system is fucked, if I knew it was supposed to be shipped out, I never would have ordered it because I wanted it in hand that day. So he's like, okay, we're going to try to process your refund. So apparently they processed some refunds. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get my money back. They said it's going to take 3 to 5 business days. Once again, as we all know, it's kind of funny how these corporations want the money right away, but to give it back to you, 3 to 5 business days. How ridiculous is that, right? The stupidity. Always. It just never made any sense to me. Nonetheless, here we go. I'm waiting for this money to come in. I'm thinking it's going to take 3 to 5 business days. Cool. Whatever. Waiting around for it. Second day, I get a notification saying that my order's been shipped out. So I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? Order's been shipped out. I asked for a refund. So I'm like, okay, is there a glitch here where I'm waiting for a refund and I'm also going to get these glasses? I'm like, okay, if they come in and they tell me they come in, I get my refund, I'm just going to go pick them up. Fuck that. It's not my problem. They made that mistake. Okay, so they start passing by and I'm like, We're on day 3 now, and I'm like, oh, I'm not getting this refund. That guy just probably lied to me. So now I'm at a point where it's kind of like, okay, well, now I just got to wait for these things to come in because, that's where we're at. So I'm like, okay, I'll just deal with it. The day comes a Friday, and it says it's out for delivery to the shop. Cool. All right, so I go take a bath. And then I check the order, and then it says, parcel refused, damaged. I said, what the fuck is going on here? So you mean to tell me I waited a whole fucking week for my Ray-Ban Metas to come in, and you mean to tell me now I'm not going to get them? I really couldn't believe what the fuck was happening. So I called the location right away, and I spoke to the gentleman. Clown activity as usual. He told me that my glasses were stolen. I said, what? Yeah. He's like, your glasses are stolen. I said, how the fuck this happened? He said, it was UPS, by the way. He said when the orders got delivered to the shop, when he opened the box, the glasses weren't there. They were taken out. So someone opened it and took out the glasses. I said, I can't believe this shit. So first off, they lied to me about it. They said the computer system was not correct. And then they lied to me about a refund and it being shipped out. And then now it's shipped out. I'm waiting for them, and now it's stolen. It's stolen in my city because there was no report until it got to my city, right? So I'm furious. So I contact customer support. Oh, yeah, by the way, this guy is clown activity at the highest. How do you work in a place where you don't know information that's crucial to these situations? I asked this gentleman for customer service number. He has no idea. I asked him, explain the situation. No idea. I'm like, what? Why are you fucking even working there then if you can't answer any simple questions? So anyways, nonetheless, that was very frustrating. But nonetheless, I ended up contacting customer service right when she answered. I said, I need to speak to your manager. Of course, she went into her, her little spiel about what's the issue, blah, blah, blah. So I told her what it was. And I said, I need to speak to a supervisor, your manager. And then she started telling me some bullshit about how, they have a policy and all this crap or where they shifted it. I said, I don't want to hear any of that shit. And I also told her, I'm like, my voice was kind of raised. But I told her, like, I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at the situation because I was told that something was coming and it did not come, right? Or it came and it was stolen. And I also was lied to at the beginning saying I was going to get a refund, and the person probably fully well knew that I wasn't getting a refund, and they just told me that. So I was really annoyed at that. Nonetheless, she tried to tell me some stupid shit about how, their policy is they ship shit. I said, no. I said, y'all need to fix your online because I never asked for it to be shipped out to the store or to my house. I was under the understanding that the online had it in stock at the location I was picking it up at. So that's what I went off as, not your little weirdo stuff about how, if it's not there, it's going to be shipped out. No. I only signed up for that part. Whatever. Nonetheless, ended up transferring me to her manager, and quite frankly, this is where the whole scenario turned around for the better. Spoke to the supervisor there, and she understood the concern. And right when she said, "Sir, I'm going to make this right today," I knew that shit was going to get done. We had a conversation about something that we were talking about some other things, but she told me that she understands the concern. I explained the whole scenario to her from the week before. She said she understood the whole. She understood. Let me start again. I'm making coffee right now. She said she understood the whole circumstance, and that she would make sure that everything was done. And she also ended up giving me. So what ended up happening is, let me just get into what ended up happening. At the end of it all, she said, "Hey, if you want a refund, I have access to refund you right away." And I said, "Really? What do you mean by that?" And she says, "Well, she manages. She has a portal where she doesn't have to wait for processing. She could just click and make it happen." And I was like, "Wow, that's I appreciate that, because that's what I need. I want my refund ASAP. I don't want to wait 3 to 5 business days like they were telling me before." So the moral of the story is she understood my concern. She also ended up giving me a 50% off coupon. That's good for a year. I never asked for this, but because in her position she's able to do so. Now I can't use it on the Ray-Ban Metas, which is unfortunate, but I'm able to use it on any other glasses in the store. So I'll look into that later on this year because I have until next year, 2026, December to use it. So I have a full almost 2 years to use it. So I definitely will be looking into that. But nonetheless, that afternoon, so she processed my refund, and I got the refund about 4 hours later. So I was happy about that, and I got a 50% off coupon, and she was very grateful. And I did the survey in all 10s for sure. So now we're at the evening, and I'm like, well, I want these glasses, but it's a price thing, right? Like I only wanted I didn't want transitional lens. I just want the clear lenses because I just want the glasses part. But I'm thinking like, okay, hey, it's 2025. Let me try to mix it up a bit and do something different. Of course, the transitional lenses are like $150 more, and obviously, I called every single location in the city, and they don't have the clear lens version. No surprise, right? The clear lens version is about $400, $390. The transitional lens is about $485. So yeah, so that's the price difference. About $150, like a little over $100. Nonetheless, I'm like, I want these glasses tonight, so I ended up getting. Now the thing is with transitional lenses, I wanted a certain transitional lens, so obviously transitional lenses are clear to this color, and I wanted it to be like a dark color, but every location I had, they only had it transition to the dark green, and I'm like, fuck, I really want that, but. One of the ladies had reassured me that it's actually, when it actually hits the tint, it actually doesn't look that green. So I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. So I verified with her that they had it in stock, which she said they had multiple. I verified that they had the large size, so she had multiple. And she said, if you order it now, I will personally call you, or my coworker will personally call you when it's ready. I said, okay. So I ordered it online. About 2 hours later, they called me saying that it was ready for pickup. And then before the mall closed that night, I went to pick them up. And I've had them ever since. So we're at 2 weeks now, week 2 weeks with it. This current pair, and I've been doing actually before the first one I had the clear transition with the clear lens, I was it was test purposes, right? So I was doing test streams for the whole week. So I did about 7 or 8 test streams. When I went to the mall, I was driving around and stuff like that on Instagram, and for the most part, it was working pretty good. And I like that, and be able to record 3-minute videos. I could do reviews hands-free and whatnot, or actually have my both hands available because I'm using the glasses as the camera. So I like that a lot. And these are the reasons why I wanted them again, because it actually has a purpose in what I'm trying to do. And even in person, if I want to take a snapshot or just a quick video or something, it's all cool. I love that. So that's the whole purpose of it. So the first week when I first tested them out and returned them, that's what it was about. So now that I'm keeping these ones, I've been using it for more of the same. A lot more, actually. When I usually have them on almost every time I go out, I have them on me just in case, or I have them on my face. So that's kind of the story about that. So the Ray-Ban Metas, I do have a review up, I believe, on them, the current ones. So they're definitely worth the spend. And of course, with anything I talk about, if you get it for the right price, it's even better. That's just common sense. So let me think. Is that everything? Let me think. Ray-Ban Metas, that's 1. iPhones 2. Google Pixels 3. Apple Watches 4. Pokemon Go's 5. AirPods is 6. Is that everything? That might be all my everyday carry, for 2025 so far. Now, wait, this is so far. I forgot to say at the beginning, this is so far. This is... What we categorize this as? I would say the beginning, because I want to give it like a title, but it wouldn't be fitting right now. So, at the beginning of 2025, hey, in 3 months, I could possibly swap something out or even add and have more. Who knows? But all these items are worth my time, and they actually have a purpose for me. So, let's finish making my coffee. So it's 3:45 in the morning when I'm recording this, but these things have to get done, right? So I'm trying to make more an effort with the channel this year. And since I started the YouTube channel, I'm trying to put content up there. So we'll see how it goes. But of course, the more views I get and the more likes and subscribers I get is the more motivated I'll be to do so, right? So hopefully that all works out. Time will tell. But that is my everyday carry for the beginning of 2025. Hope you liked what you heard. This is LB signing out.